going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to the preview, the first of a two-part series, because we've got Palace back-to-back at Old Trafford. Welcome to the match preview for our Carabao Cup game against Crystal Palace, and I'm here joined none other by my guy, Mr. Jayknox, big Palace fan. What are you saying, bro?
Come on. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Can't believe, like, we've got you in the cup as well as the league and in the same week. Like, that's mad to me.
Literally back to back, and thank God for us both at Old Trafford. Not that we're guaranteed to win, but right now we need some home games, man, because the pressure has been on Man United. Obviously, pressure is relieved a little bit because of the win against Burnley, which wasn't amazing, but it was a massive 3 points. But actually, I'm talking like this is Premier League. This is a Carabao Cup game. We have to kind of maybe not really talk about the Premier League game because we're obviously going to do a preview for that. But this is a Carabao Cup game. I'll start off by asking you, actually, how serious are Palace going to take it? Because I can talk about the Man United perspective, but with you, and, different aspirations for the season, I guess, and different squad depths and stuff, how serious do you think Palace are going to take this?
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, previously under Roy, like, I don't feel like we've really gone for the cup thing. We've not really. I don't feel like it's really been the priority when he was in before. But now, like after Roy, we had Vieira in, and we had a good cup run. Ended up at Wembley, and like it felt good. Now I feel like Roy's back. He's almost carrying on that momentum. Like, come on, then let's do it. And he went down to I think it was Plymouth, and brought on strikers and stuff. Something that historically, like, Roy will probably just sit with the same squad, like not really make the subs like that. But I feel like he's kind of gone for it. So I'm kind of excited for the cup. I want this. I feel like I want it even more because I feel like I just don't feel like I feel like you lot are just gonna concentrate on the league. Like, I don't know how that sits with you, but I feel like you lot now just need to be like, no, we need to do this league thing.
Do you know what? Yeah, because I've been talking about this a little bit on the shows before. On one hand, you're right, but on the other hand, it's like, but actually, no, because the problem that we've got is momentum, yeah, and you need momentum. And when you don't have a solid amount of wins under your belt, style of play is not there. You've got players that are injured. It's a bit disjointed in the team right now. We need consistency of results. So you're right. If I was to choose one to have to win, I'd probably say the Premier League one. However, we are not in a position where if we lose against you on Tuesday night, right, the feeling's not good. You know what I mean? That means that out of the last, 4 or 5 in all comps, you're adding another L. It's only the Burnley one.
You're like three losses on 4 or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah, because we lost against Arsenal, Bayern and Brighton. And then, we beat Burnley. So, out of the last 4, we think. So if we in essence, it's the Carabao Cup, but at the same time, we need to win because it's at Old Trafford as well. If we get beat 2-0 off Palace at home, and no one's going to be like, oh, it don't matter, we're going to play them again in a few days' time, we'll get them then. The feeling won't be that. I can tell you now. The feeling will be, we scraped it against Burnley. Now we just lost against Palace in the Cup.
Same for us. I feel like if we come to Old Trafford and win, it's like we can go back on Saturday and win again, innit? So whoever wins tomorrow, I know it's League and Cup, whoever wins tomorrow is important mindset. Because if we come to Old Trafford and beat you, well, we just know we can come to Old Trafford and have you again. And we haven't got a bad record in Manchester as well. Like, where we've gone to City, we've done stuff there. We've come to Old Trafford, and we've got a decent record. It's not somewhere we come and we're victims. Like, we come there and we play.
Hard. The games, that's what I will say. The games are always quite tight.
And I think off those last few games, those 3 that you've lost, I think you've conceded 3 goals in every single one of those games. It's mad. So it's for me, if I've had to pick a time to come and play you guys twice, back to back, it's now still, and I think there'll be some goals.
Look at the comment. Look, you see this, guys. You see, this is what it is. Everyone, and it's the same. Obviously, Brighton is a different ball game. They're obviously a very good team, but they're rivals. But we did a podcast with Ryan, a guy who does a big Brighton fan, and he was saying, we're ready. We want to come to Old Trafford and play. We're ready. And that's the kind of feeling from opposition fans right now, guys. They're saying, listen, yeah, let's play Man United now. And this is exactly why we can't take this game as like some easy game because it's just the Carabao Cup. I know it don't really count for much because it's Carabao Cup, but we are the holders, currently. It's the Carabao
That's
Cup. You know what I mean?
massive.
Everyone clowns the Carabao Cup and stuff like that. I get it. But I'm not saying it's something to shout about. I'm just mentioning it that, our defense of the Carabao Cup starts now. I don't want to be losing at home to Palace. And the biggest, most important thing isn't that. It's like I said, it's the momentum. So let's talk about team news now. Man United wise, I mean, look, we need players back. How is Eric Ten Hag going to manage this? Because Johnny Evans done well against Burnley. You know what I mean? Is he at this stage of his career? Can he go again and play, straight away? And one thing is against Burnley away, but if you got Eze and them man there running at you, or Elise or Edward and them man there, it's a bit different. Yeah, it's a bit different to Burnley away, to give respect to Palace. And Varane's now back, but we definitely need Varane for the Premier League game. Is Varane going to be able to play 2 games in a few days? Probably not. Lindelof's been playing a lot. So they're going to have to share the load there. I don't think Martinez is going to be there. Hopefully Mount will be back in the squad at least. Amrabat, and he came on for a few minutes against Burnley. So I do think we need to try and rotate where we can, considering we're depleted. At fullback, we've got nothing.
You'll have Maguire back?
No, I don't think he'll be back, mate.
No?
No. He's injured at the minute. I don't know. You know what I mean? If he's fit,
I'm hearing he'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's fit, he actually probably will have to play. To be fair, but yeah, I think.
And that's the one he'd play. He'd play tomorrow.
He'd play if he was going to play. Yeah, because the rest actually do need a rest. Like Varane's just come back from a long injury. You can't play him 90 minutes on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup, then ask him to play in the main game, which is on the Saturday. So Casemiro, I think, could do with a rest. You know what I mean? But Ten Hag goes strong, bro. In the Cups last year, man played the best team every game. Now, the team weren't as depleted with injuries as it is now. Do you know what I mean? We have to take that into consideration. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the mainstays start. I'd like Rashford to sit this one out. I'll probably go with Garnacho. I'd probably still go with Højlund, but you've got to manage him. So Martial's definitely going to have to play quite a bit of minutes. On the right-hand side, I'll probably start Pellistri. Do you know what I mean? Instead of Bruno out wide. I think Bruno will definitely start. He's the captain, plays every game. So there will be some changes, man. But I don't know if there'll be as much changes. How about Palace? Are we? What is Elise there? Is Eze there? What? Talk to me.
Like I gotta say, I'm almost jealous, like hearing all these names and all these, I could rest this one and bring this one, because we don't have the depth of squad like that. Like, who's playing tomorrow? Who's probably playing on Saturday? Let's face it. Like, we're playing, we're even in this. So Elise is injured. He's out injured at the moment. We've got a few injuries, man. Mark Gay's back from injury. He got injured out on international duty for England. Yeah, that's but he came back. Yeah, big plus having him back at the back. So that's good. But yeah, Matheus França, a Brazilian, I don't think he's quite ready yet. He's been injured since he came. So, and we've got a couple of other injuries dotted about. Tompkins, Jefferson Lerma. Like, Lerma, for me, we drew 0-0 with Fulham at the weekend. Missing Lerma in midfield, I think that was a big miss. The game before that.
Is not the same, is he? He's not the same as that. As what Lerma
different player. Different player. Like Lerma's brought something, I think, to the squad. Like, you've seen him the first couple of games, you're like, this is good. It's the season before we had Conor Gallagher in midfield, and it brought something. And when we didn't have him last season, I felt like there was a bit of a lack. We talked for ages about not having him, because he was so impactful for us the season before. Having Lerma brought some attacking threat. He was strong. He's an aerial threat. Like, he's been good. He's been really good. So, but we don't have the depth of squad. So I'm hoping that he'll be back. But yeah, we're suffering a bit. Elise missing is a big miss.
Yeah,
and let's face it, we never like brought somebody in to replace Wilfried Zaha. So like, we're down. So who plays tomorrow probably plays on Saturday. But at the same time, we've got a younger squad than we had a couple of years ago, and I think they got it. Eze will play. and he will go for it, and he'll score tomorrow and go again and score on Saturday, which is interesting for me because
Look
he's
at
not
this.
our.
Mate, I ain't even got to the predictions yet, mate. Yeah, all right.
No, I'm just saying like how I feel, because if you look at like how he's been playing and the confidence he's been playing with, like he's not a striker like that, but he's gonna come on and
Wicked,
he's
man.
gonna do what he does, and that's what I think we've got. It's that kind of confidence and the freedom to play that Roy I feel like Roy's kind of just putting them on the pitch and then backing off a bit and saying, guys, go express, and I think they will.
Yeah, for us, I think it's key that Eze's the key man. I really like him. A lot of United fans will be watching this clearly aware of Eze. The whole league is aware of Eze, of how good he is and how he's developing nicely. And he's a player that you look at and you'd think, want him. Yeah, I'd have him.
Silky.
Yeah, so good. The way he takes the ball on the back foot, he can travel with the ball, the way he glides past players, left foot, right foot, he's got a composed finish, he can find a pass. Elise is obviously a little bit different as a traditional winger, cutting in from the right, but majestic as well, top player. So I'm, obviously, I hope he comes back well soon for you guys. You want to see young players out for a long time, but him not playing definitely helps Man United for sure, because he's a great player. I feel like we have to stop that supply. Eze's the guy. Whether he starts on the wing, I think like he did against Fulham, because you had Schlupp, didn't you, just behind Edouard in the last game. So trying to mix up, because sometimes Schlupp plays in that midfield as well, innit? It just depends probably.
Schlupp's like mad versatile. Yeah, he can do that. He can even play at the back. he can even play like left back. Like Schlupp's quite. I think he's been quite important. I think he'll be quite important in these games. Like
Experienced
physically,
player,
like experience and physicality. Like I feel like he can get on the ball and hold it. Like he's quite a bully. I look at him, I just think he's just such a bully with the ball, and people look at him. He's one of those players that like you might not even really notice him if you're just watching the game. You're watching for goals. You're not watching closely, but you watch closely. Like physically, the guy goes and gets the ball. Like he'll go and nick the ball off of you.
All right, man. We'll have a little Amrabat ready rating for him. Don't worry about it. Or a little Hannibal. Yeah, we've got a little youngster just coming through as well. We got our own physicality coming through now, mate. Yeah, you don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry. We got something for him.
That you're feeling, yeah. And then you've got to talk about our strikers like Edouard and Mateta. Like them two haven't played loads together, but Jordan Ayew, who again I think is going to be really important in this game because he can hold the ball and travel with the ball. But Ayew went off injured a couple of games ago, and Mateta came on. It was Mateta and Edouard up front, and it made a difference to the game. And as we're talking about Carabao Cup, that's the partnership that got us to where we're at. In the last game, Plymouth, I know it's Plymouth, but
I was going to say, mate, it's Plymouth, yeah, remember that.
I know it's Plymouth, but it's them two that made it. Edouard scored and Mateta scored a hat-trick. I'm not saying it's exactly going to go like that, but it's them two being up front together that I think has been impactful.
What was that, 4-4-2 when they played together? It
was pretty much like that, yeah. I think he came on, if I remember correctly. But yeah. So
it's that I think like Palace got that the type of team that obviously physical, strong. Do you know what I mean? And they got some technicians in there with the likes of Eze and Elise when he's there. I think if you give Edouard a chance, if you give him like a clear chance, like he's a tidy finisher. You know, before he come to you, do you know what I mean? He was really highly tipped at Celtic, man. Do you know what I mean? He's a good player. But I don't know, sometimes, not always getting the starts at Palace or a lot of change at Palace. He might not have seen the best of him yet, but he's a dangerous player. Definitely a dangerous player. There's a part of the show now we've got to do really quickly before we get to predictions, right? We do this with every single fan that we have on from the opposition, right? And it's just quick fire questions, yeah? There's no right or wrong answer because the answer is your opinion. And it's just a short answer and a short explanation, yeah?
Say less.
Right, okay. Will Roy Hodgson win silverware with Palace this season?
Yes. The Carabao Cup.
You think you're just going to
take it from you lot?
You're going to take it. You think you can take our title? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. One player from Palace who's good enough to play for Man United.
Definitely Eze. Like you've mentioned it, you clearly want him, but also Elise. Like I think he fits in your squad like easily. Like, those are the two obvious answers. And
any other dark horses apart from them two? Any other dark
Dean Henderson does.
Oh yeah.
I think Henderson plays tomorrow, by the way.
I forgot.
I think he
I
plays tomorrow.
forgot. Dean Henderson.
Yeah.
Bro, I was thinking Sam Johnson. I don't know. I just forgot we sold Dean. Has he played for you yet?
No. Tomorrow.
What? Yeah, and you're right. You're right. He probably will. He probably will. What is that? Because he's been injured? Because he come back off an injury. He was,
No, I think
or just
Sam Johnson's
Johnson.
just been doing a good job. I think keepers is such a hard one. Like it's such a hard one.
You're
Like
not
if you
trying to do it at
take
Arsenal. You're not trying to just, you know what I mean? Just get.
no, I see all that. It's all mad. But you pull Johnston out. It's like he's done something. He ain't done nothing wrong. He's been playing well. But I just think he gets a rest tomorrow, and you play. I mean, it's going to be what a game for him to debut.
You might play him in the next two because of it. It's Man United. He knows that he's got a point to prove. He's going to be on it. Hope we put three past him, mate. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Okay, so yeah, little dark horse there. Obviously, Dean Henderson's already played for us. One player from United that you'd have at Palace.
I'll have Aaron Wan-Bissaka back, please. You lot slated him for so long. You lot disrespected him. I can't believe it. Like I almost feel like you don't deserve him in your squad. You was like
he's our number one right back, mate. What do you mean? We love him.
You're doing all of that now,
one,
but
bro.
the other day it was like, oh yeah, no, he's not good enough going forwards. He's not attacking enough. Like he's a brick wall at the back. Let the man do his job, bro. When you was talking all that talk, I wanted him back. I was like, nah, just bring him back here. We'll allow him to do his job. So I'll have him back in a heartbeat.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's actually a really on Wan-Bissaka. Like he deserves a lot. I was one of the. I hold my hands up, bro. In that first season, especially in the first half of it last year, up until the World Cup, I went, yeah, he's done. Like, the manager made his mind up straight away that he wanted it to be Dalot, and Dalot was playing really well. Then he got injured in the World Cup, and what I love about what Wan-Bissaka did, he just got his head down, was ready to take his opportunity as soon as it came, and played his socks off to the point where, bro, let's be real. Dalot couldn't get back in. The number one right back at Man United is probably Wan-Bissaka. When there's all these big games, cup final or this, that, and the other, we're all like, we want Wan-Bissaka playing. And the point where he got injured a couple weeks ago, about a week ago now, a bit more for a couple of months, when we're decimated with injuries, and we're like, and now we lost him. It's looking peak. So we're hanging on there with Reguilon at left back and now Dalot in at right back as well. But yeah, I hear that. But other than him, because he was already your player, one player you'd take.
I mean, I can name lots. Like,
who's the one?
Bruno.
Who's the one? If I said Jay, you could, not Wan-Bissaka, but you can take one player out of our team and you can have them in your...
Probably Bruno. Like class, just class. No, nothing else to say about it. Just class.
I hear you. I think he
brings class, and sometimes I think what we've been lacking at Palace is just sometimes that moment of class. Like, don't know how you're going to win this game. If we were, I was watching the Fulham game, it's like, how do you break this? How do you win? It's not like we didn't do anything wrong, but you just need that. That class.
Yeah.
And he's got it.
He does. And lastly, where will Crystal Palace finish?
8th.
Yeah.
Disappointing for me, just outside of European, like any European prospect. Even though like there's so much changing, and I think the top 7 could end up playing.
Top 5. Top 5 for Champions League at least. Yeah.
It's like there's just so many things. I was reading all this stuff. There's all these opportunities for like up to like 7, 8 teams to be in Europe. But I think we'll unfortunately just be outside of that, because just typical frustration for me. But yeah, just there.
8th, yeah, teetering around.
Okay,
but all in all, that's a fairly positive season with Roy back at the helm. So
yeah, it's an improvement. So that's why.
How is Roy Hodgson all right as well at the minute? Was he back in the dugout?
Yeah. Back in the dugout against Fulham. So yeah, all good with good support from Paddy McCarthy and also Ray Lewington. But yeah, he's there. They are for his silverware.
You guys didn't know, just before we get to the predictions, Jay, he's perfectly poised between, doing some bits with the club as well, official kind of DJ and being in and around.
No kind of about it, bro. Like, I'm the official DJ.
This guy's the official disc jockey for Crystal Palace. Listen. Don't get it twisted, yeah. And he's
you not got a DJ?
Yeah, exactly. I'm coming
Have
from
you
the
got
DJ
DJ?
school as well, 100%.
Right, there you go. There
It's
you
not
go.
it's
There
not
you
me
go.
though, but I'm a retired DJ now, which I need to dust it down actually. We need to come chop it up actually. We need to chop it up. I'm a retired
When you're
DJ.
ready. When you're ready.
Yeah, for sure. All right, it's all said and done now. We've had a little bit of back and forth and some breakdowns of the teams, etc. Prediction time now before we wrap up, bro. What's your prediction for the first of this two-parter?
I think we're gonna go for this. I think we scored 4 goals in our last Carabao Cup draw, and you guys have conceded 3 goals in your last 4 in each of the games that you've lost in the last 4. So I reckon we'll put 3 past you at Old Trafford, and I'm gonna go 3-1 because I do think we'll concede 1, but I think we're hard to score against.
You're taking the piss. You're trying to take us for some Plymouth. All right, cool. That's good.
No, that was 4. But you'll score your one first. You'll score your one first. We'll score all 3 in the second half. We don't score in the first half.
You think you can come on in? I'm going to let you talk like that. Is that what you think? Like, and listen,
Bro.
I know I'm accurately describing what's going on at Man United right now, and I don't like it. We're in trouble. But I would like to think I'm confident that we're going to start picking up some results now. Players coming back. Hopefully, Mount's back in the squad. Hopefully, Amrabat can give us a lift as well. You know what I mean? Players chomping at the bit again and just start building some confidence. So I'm going to go 2-0 Man United. I think
no goals from Palace, no.
Yeah, I'm going to go clean sheet. You know what I mean?
Like, honourable shout out to Darren Ambrose, because let's just remember that Gary Neville described his goal at Old Trafford as the best goal scored at Old Trafford. And that was in the League Cup. That was in this cup, this competition.
Yeah, big. Do you know what? I actually done. Yeah, I've been doing some stuff with Darren actually before on Talksport. Actually, he's doing really well actually as a pundit now. But yeah, I hear you. Okay, I hear you.
We're gonna watch the game tomorrow together.
He ain't playing tomorrow. Yeah, so it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. Guys, thanks for watching. Let us know your predicted lineups. Let us know if you agree with Jayknox's prediction that they're going to beat us 3-1. Or do you agree with mine, or do you have your own? Let us know. Carabao Cup, we are the champions. The defense of our trophy, the defense of our crown, starts now. We need to win. We need to build momentum. How many changes do you think Erik ten Hag will make? Or do you think he'll just go strong again or play the same team that played against Burnley, considering we got a lot of injuries and we got to play these again in about 4 days' time? So, yes, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Jayknox's, all of his socials and stuff where you can catch him are down below as well. Also, let the people know where they can find you as well, because I know you do a lot at Box Park or whether it's with Palace as well. Where can they find you, man? Radio?
We'll literally be watching the game tomorrow at Box Park with Darren Ambrose. So if you're, and I know there's lots of people on here that are going to be local.
Here we go.
There's going to be lots of you who are local to Croydon to come through Box Park Croydon. That's where we're watching the game. Like, we're not going to turn away United fans at the door, but it will be a Crystal Palace fan heavy. But yeah, on all the socials at Jayknox, Jayknox, probably DJing in a club or a festival near you. Apart from that.
Big up, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Big up.